Alright, you beautiful peoples of the interwebs, me Glyn, and this is Cheapskate Gaming, and it's another one of my Cheapskate rants, because recently we just heard that the Jim Ryan is leaving Sony, and I can't say about fucking time too. I absolutely cannot stand the guy, right? PS4 come along, different man at the helm. Much better, much better. The PS4 was a fantastic console. It fixed everything that was wrong with the PS3. And it also added a lot of new stuff to the menu. PS5 comes along and they literally take half of the great stuff on the PS5 out. This is this bloody Jim's messing about. All he's worried about is producing products that can Sony made products that can then join with the PS5 to produce more sales. In other words, the 1440p resolution is added now, but it wasn't. It only got added until they made the Sony TV, the Sony monitor, to go with it. They could have put that in from day one. There was a lot of other things. By the way, you've noticed Sony 5, I've got PS5 box up there. It says 8K on it. But Sony don't really do an 8K TV. But as soon as they do, you can guarantee they'll open up the 8K on the Sony PS5. And this is wrong. This is very much a form of monopolisation, which we hate. Jim Ryan is guilty of it. I'll tell you another thing, right? The thing that really bugged me and pissed me right off about the PS5 was in the PS4, believe it or not, you had a web browser, right? Perfectly functioning web browser. Was it the best web browser? No, but it was functional. You could go on YouTube, you could type in the comment sections, you could watch live streams and join in the chats. I even did my tax returns on a PS4. I mean, in fact, I did it on the PS4 Pro too. PS5 comes along. Here he is, this guy here, look at him. Fucking twat. Absolute dick bollock of a guy. Absolutely cannot stand him. Ooh, he makes my blood boil. I really do not like him at all. And I'm so glad to see you go, mate. And unfortunately, because Sony moved to America and he's a British guy, embarrassment of a British guy, in my opinion, he didn't want to be there because he's got too much travelling to do. He should just moved out to America, be rid of it. Anyway, glad he's gone. Let's hope whoever comes in fixes all the errors he's done. Anyway, I was going on about the PS5's web browser, or lack of there. There's all these functionalities that are missing from the PS5. The PS5 should have the best web browser. And I know you're thinking, oh yeah, but it's just... I bought a PC simply because there was no web browser on my PS4 and I had to have a web browser. And I'm not very good with the phone. It's too small to do. I need to do it on a bigger TV. So the whole reason I bought a PC, why I'm no longer hardly playing PS5, is because of Jim Ryan. Because Jim Ryan took features that I used on my PS5, PS4, didn't put them in the PS5, and that forced me into PC gaming, which is now PC, which then I thought I'd try out some gaming, which then is like, wow, this is so much cheaper, and which then came to the lack of use of my PS5. Ironically, the Xbox has still got the web browser. It's never been very good on the Xbox, but the user interface sucks. I haven't even turned the thing on for over a year. I think it might be 2 years since I put the Series X on. Can't I be bothered to turn it on anymore? I might put it on later just to see if it still works. Yeah, so I, for one, cannot wait to see the back of Jim Ryan. He hasn't actually left yet. The sooner he goes, the better. And you know what the thing is? These guys, right, they do a crap job, a terrible job. They piss off all the loyal guys that spend money on their products. They upset the cattle cart. The reason he's going is because they know he's messed up, and they know they're losing sales. They know that people are not longer playing their PlayStations as much as they used to. The pandemic, the thing is, what kept him going was the pandemic, because one, they couldn't get anyone else, and two, people were stuck indoors, so they're all buying and wanting PlayStations. Now, the graphics card market has all fallen back down to normal, and everything's started to normalise. PlayStation 5s, you can buy them to a penny now. They're now trying to think, oh, let's get rid of the discs. We don't want physical media. I mean, physical media is extremely important. I know people like to have this digital, and a lot of people use digital, and there are products which probably work better or are better suited to being a digital product. Things like ongoing live service games, fine. Ongoing live service games as digital products, I don't have a problem. But it doesn't mean every single game release should be a digital live service game. There should be games like Assassin's Creed or some driving games or whatever, like Gran Turismo, which aren't always on live system games that need to have physical copies, because sometimes your internet goes out. Sometimes, for many other reasons, you may not just be able to get online as whenever you want. So there definitely needs to be that physical presence in video games. But of course, Jim Ryan wants to push out that physical, and that's not just Jim Ryan. They're all doing it, aren't they? Thank God for Nintendo. They still do physical media. And they've got no plans to get rid of their physical media. So good on them. But yeah, the likes of these Jim Ryans and their just greed. It's like they don't want to earn some money or good money. They want to earn all the bloody money. And answering to shareholders, like, they're not your customers. Answer to your customers first. Put them on your pedestals first. The shareholders will benefit from happy customers. You piss off your customers, you start upsetting your bread and butter, then you ain't going to make a sandwich. The shareholders, the meat in the middle, ain't going to have a sandwich, because you're getting rid of all your guys that support your business. And then you're wondering, where did all our profits go? Why our profit? And then you just get into this downward cycle of continuously, we'll have to put our prices up because we're not making enough money. We'll have to, do this or do that, and just more negativity. Just make a good product, sell a good product, make it as good for your fan base as you can. So the things that need to do, get rid of. Now Jim Ryan can get rid of things you need to do. This Call of Duty malarkey. Don't stop crying about it. Let Microsoft have it. Let it go. Just let it go. You've got your own in-house developers, and have them build a rival to that game. Simple. Call of Duty could be made 1,000 times over. Just do a good one. And just to prove that it can be done, and it can be done just as well, look at a game like Apex Legends. It's every bit as good and as popular as any Call of Duty. If you look at the Steam charts, Apex Legends is more popular than Call of Duty. And Counter-Strike is more popular than all of them. How about, this is an idea for Sony, right? You want to get on the good side of the regular gamers, right? Join up with Steam. Sounds crazy. You can't do that. Hold on. Steam is a Linux-based gaming system. A lot of their games are Linux compatible. The PlayStation 5 is a Linux-based game console. They're Linux operating systems. They're just special versions of Linux, their own version. There's no reason why you couldn't get a good proportion of the Steam library and Steam to work on PlayStation 5. And by joining up with Steam and doing deals with them, do a percentage deal. If something's bought on the PlayStation from Steam, do a deal. And people's libraries can be brought from one to the other. So you have this cross-platform with Steam. You could then start pulling back maybe a few of the people who've lost their PC, have gone to PC and not coming back. A lot of people will be like, it won't work. Actually, what do you think the Steam Deck is? The Steam Deck's a little console. It's not just a PC. It's a little console. They could get the smaller indie version games to work on PlayStation. And the best thing about it was, if you got Steam to work on PlayStation, what other games could you get to work on PlayStation? So there'd be no crying about no Starfield, because you could just get the Steam version. You could get Forza Horizon Motorsport, the Steam version, working on a PlayStation 5. That's just a little concept idea. I think if you stop the monopolization and just if Sony thought a little bit outside of the box, that is something that could be possible and could be done. And why not even join up with Valve, do a deal and say, look, we'll develop the next Steam Deck in coordination with, will be a Sony product. So we'll, all the great advancements that Sony have are architectural, because they got some great console architecture. They could then produce that into the next Valve console and make that like the PS4 Pro portable, but it's also Valve and Steam and PlayStation. Just a little idea. Throw it out there. Why not? Anyway, goodbye, Jim Ryan. I'm not going to give you a handshake. Glad to see you go. Don't come back. Hopefully, we'll replace you with someone better. If they don't, then PlayStation will inevitably be on the decline and the downward slope to basically disappearance, gone, extinction. Anyway, this has been Glyn, Cheapskate Gaming, one of my rants, and I'm out of here. Ta-ra, guys.